Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Keeping It Real with Rob. I am your host, Rob Connett. It's our new Green Level High School Athletic podcast. This is episode 3, and our guest today is Lily Silvera. She is from the Green Level Wrestling team. Lily, thanks for joining us.
Yep, gotcha.
How are you today?
I'm good. I'm good. It's
Yeah.
an exciting day.
Are you you're in your lunch break right now? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we appreciate you taking some time with us. Let me ask you this. Let's start with this. For those that do not know, you are a sophomore at Green Level, and you are
Mhm.
from
Yeah,
the state of Iowa, right?
I am. Yeah.
So I'm sure there are a lot of people wondering, how does a girl from Iowa in the Midwest? I'm from Indiana, by the way. I'm a Midwesterner as well. But how does a girl from Iowa end up in North Carolina? How'd you get to Green Level?
So my dad, he got a new job with his company, John Deere, and we could either move to like Alabama, Florida, or here. And I was like, I'd rather not be like in the deep South. So here. And so he was like, okay. And we have family here. So we came over spring break just to visit. And then that's when found out he got the job. So we were like, okay, let's look at schools. And so we looked at Middle Creek, and I'm not going to slander them, but and we looked at Green Level, and I was like, oh my goodness, like this is awesome. Like it just like everybody was so nice, and it seemed really cool. And I met like Mr. Fagley for the first time because he was the one that like toured us around, and I told him that I wrestled. And he was like, that's perfect. Like we would really, that would be awesome.
And that kind of leads me into my next question is girls wrestling here in North Carolina is not an official high school sport yet, or we're hoping to get there someday. But Green Level is one of a few schools that has a good amount of girls on the wrestling team. And from what I've been told, you kind of recruited some other girls to be on the wrestling team this year. Is that right?
That's true. Yeah.
Why is that so important to you? Why did you decide, hey, let's get some other girls. Let's become a part of the wrestling team.
Well, at my old school, we had Ella Schmidt, and she goes to Iowa and wrestles there now. But she was a big part of like recruiting all these girls to come out. And that's the reason that now at that school, there's like 25, 30 girls out. And so I kind of wanted to like follow in her footsteps. Like now that I'm here, like I want to help grow the sport even more because it's such an awesome sport. And just like how much I love it and how much it helped me. Like I wanted other people to like find that love too.
For those that don't know, Iowa is a big wrestling school. The Big Ten Conference when it comes to wrestling. Again, I'm from that area as well, and it's a big thing, especially in Iowa. So, what got you interested in wrestling in the first place when you were out in Iowa?
Well, like my friends decided to sign up for it because they were like, why not? Like it sounds fun because we all played volleyball together. And so I was like, okay, why not? Like let's just all do it as a group. Like I'm pretty sure I'm gonna hate it, but like let's try it. And I stuck with it. It was really fun. I really enjoyed it.
I I'm wondering if there are some other people watching this right now and thinking, isn't wrestling a boys' sport? Like, girls wrestling. What do you say to them? What would your response to them be about, hey, yeah, that's right. I am a girl and I am a wrestler.
It's for everybody. I mean, no sport is just for girls or just for boys. Like it's what's stopping us from
Yeah,
doing what we love.
yeah.
Title IX, everything. It's
I like that. So what would what would be a big success? What would be successful in your opinion when it comes to the Green Level Wrestling team and getting more girls interested and involved? Is there like a certain number that comes to mind where like, hey, if we can get like 10 or 15 girls and actually have our own girls wrestling team and hopefully becomes an official NCHSA sport, what's successful in your opinion?
having 10 girls was like the goal at the beginning. It was like, because I'm mid, it was like, okay, if I get 10 girls out, I get a free windbreaker. So I'm still waiting for that windbreaker, but we got a good. I'm pretty sure like a little over 10 came out, which I think is great for a first year. It's wonderful.
Yeah, and let's talk about the season. I happened to be the PA announcer a couple weeks ago when you guys knocked off Cary, and
Hmm.
that's a big deal. That's the first time ever that Green Level has beaten Cary in wrestling. I mean, Cary's like what, a 20,000 time state champion or something like that. Uh,
Right. Yeah.
so take me back to that and how awesome the emotions that ran through you and your teammates when you guys had that come from behind win.
It was so awesome to be a part of. Like, I feel like the people that weren't there that like left towards like the beginning of that duel were just like crying afterwards, just like, why didn't I stay? Because it was just so awesome and like you could like feel it in all the pictures that Mr. Skelling took of all of us. Like you could feel the emotion and like being there was just it was really cool. And plus the girls beat both Person County and Cary at that one, which was really awesome for all of us because I know we were all really proud of ourselves and none of us were expecting that.
Yeah.
Like we all just like we're probably gonna get our butts whooped, but here we are.
Yeah. Can you take me through the atmosphere of an everyday practice for you, and some of your teammates?
On everyday practice, it's a lot of people in very few mats. So sometimes it's very difficult to like find a place when we're doing live stuff, you know. But we don't separate the girls and the boys at all. Like everybody, like you go with someone that's your weight, and we start with a warm up, and then we do some like shadow wrestling stuff just for muscle memory, so we can get even better. And then it's just kind of whatever coach decides, and then maybe a bit of conditioning. And yeah, and I like how Coach Kovach and Coach Layton they like to like integrate some um, visualizations. It's like we sit um, in the weight room and we like close our eyes and just he just talks us through like just think about like you winning and just think about how you're gonna do and how you feel. Like put yourself in that atmosphere, and I think that really helps all of us just like with getting into that mood.
That's cool too. You don't hear about that very often where a coach is like, just close your eyes and just picture you winning. Like that's really cool.
Right.
So you guys beat Cary, and you're just coming off of it was a tournament again at Green Hope.
Yes, at Green Hope, yeah.
Okay, and then you guys also wrestled at Middle Creek, correct?
Yeah.
And split that.
Yeah, we did split that. We lost to Middle Creek and then beat Leesville, maybe? I think. Yeah.
Okay. How'd you do then, personally?
I didn't have any matches, but I did warm up, and I warmed up with Simon. I bet you know Simon,
Yeah.
and it's kind of fun warming up and practicing with him just because he's a lot better than me and he helps me get better a lot. But it's just kind of fun.
And for those that don't know, Simon also on the football team, but a really good wrestler as well. So have you learned anything from him? Um, any certain moves or anything that you take away from him where you're like, oh, I should try that.
Like he does a lot of helping out at practice and stuff. And when I'm wrestling him, he'll just kind of stop me for a second and help me and be like, hey, instead of snapping down just for funsies, like how about wait until they push back and then you're going to get a lot more out of that. And he just helps out like with how I'm doing stuff more technique wise. And he also helps with learning new moves because he knows a lot more than me. uh,
Yeah, and you guys about halfway or so through the season. Take me through the rest of your schedule and what you realistically expect. What are some of the expectations for the team for the rest of the year?
um, I am like I think all of us are really impressed. All the girls, at least, are really impressed with how we've done. Like we got third place at Green Hope, I think, and we were all really impressed with that. And I think that we're going to go really far this season because I know that there's a state individual tournament that's going to be held in Greensboro, and it's all by like seed. And so how you did that season, and I know that a lot of our girls will make it. Like, just like even just this far into the season, I know that we're gonna be good.
Yeah, and I mean, that's going to be a good feeling knowing you have reasons to be positive, and that you can back that up and say, hey, we've been solid all year long, and feeling pretty good going into it.
Hmm. Yeah.
All right, Lily, we have reached that part of the episode where we take all that aside, and I'm going to pick your brain a little bit. We are calling it Investigator.
Ah,
There we go.
that was
There we
good.
go. So, so I'm going. Here's how this is going to work. I am going to, and it's kind of like a rapid fire question type of segment where I'm just going to give you a this or that type of thing, and you just tell me what you prefer. We're just going to go rip right through them as fast as we can, get to know you a little better. All right.
All right.
All right. So hopefully, again, we're early in the podcast, but hopefully we have graphics and sound effects and music. Eventually, we'll get there. But right now, it's just me and you. I'm gonna ask you some questions. Here we go. Question one: pepperoni or sausage?
Sausage.
Okay. Mountains or beach?
Can I pick both?
Ooh, no.
Beach.
Beach. Okay. City or country?
City.
Okay. iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
iPhone. Chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate.
Okay. You hesitated there for a second. Does it depend like on ice cream or cake or whatever? Do you like?
Right. It's more of like cake. Vanilla is better, but like ice cream chocolate's better.
All right. I'll let you have that. Would you rather go to a concert or a sporting event?
Um, a concert.
Concert. Okay. Are you a dog person or a cat person?
Dog.
Dog. Cat. Would you rather
I
be
have neither, but
okay? Would you rather be too hot or too cold?
ooh. Too hot. I deal with it a lot cutting weight.
There you go. Okay, that makes sense. Would you rather, when you're going to a vacation, would you rather fly there or drive there?
Drive.
Drive. I'm the same way. I think I think it's a Midwesterner thing.
It's like a scenic route sort of thing because we don't
Yeah,
have much of that in the Midwest. It's
that's
like
right.
trees and
From Iowa, Indiana, that entire area, you just drive through cornfields.
right.
8 hours of cornfields, we're used to
Hmm.
it. Hot coffee or iced coffee?
Iced.
Iced. Okay.
Mhm.
Instagram or Snapchat?
Snapchat.
Okay. Would you rather shop in a store or online?
Mm, online probably.
Online. Okay. And we will finish it with one bonus question because, again, you're from Iowa. What is the best corn how do you prefer your corn? Popcorn, cream corn, corn on the cob?
Corn on the cob, except for I have to cut it off the cob because I don't like eating it on the cob.
Wait. Okay. So you like take a knife and slice it off the cob?
Yeah, because I don't know like what the sensation is in my mouth. Like I don't like bones. I don't like eating chicken with bones on it, and I don't like um corn with on the cob. I just
You have to
can't.
saw it off.
Yeah,
All
it's like
right,
the
well,
least Iowa thing of me to do.
yeah, it's definitely again we have that so much in common where it's a corn thing. It's corn. I need the TikTok dance
It's a
song.
little yeah.
Corn. Yeah. Lily Silvera from the Green Level Wrestling Team, the girls wrestling team. Thanks for joining us here today on Keeping It Real with Rob.
Yeah, thank you for having me.